Go!
Ooh.
This is the West Paris Downhill Derby. We focus on having kids from 7 to 14 years old, racing gravity. Nationwide, it's called the Soapbox Derby, but we are the West Paris Downhill Derby. We have a stable full of cars that believe we have 5 that if people would like to try it out on race day, they can come down and sign up for a car. Besides that, we have many parents and kids that have their own cars and come here and race. We race on the second Saturdays of July, August, and September. If you are interested in trying it without having to make the purchase or attempting to build one yourself, then you can come down and try one of our cars and decide whether that's for you or not. The top 3 competitors at each race get trophies, and we hold a points race for the entire race season and give championship trophies out at the end of the season. We have sign-ups by about 9 in the morning, and it gives us time to get kids and parents signed in and weighed in, because the racing category that we have, it's up to 200 pounds. You can't go over 200 pounds in car and driver. So we have a period of time where after they sign in for the race, they come in and they get weighed in, and we do a safety check on all the cars before we put them on the racetrack. And anybody that comes that hasn't done it before, our people here would take the time, we'll take them a little ways up the hill and let them go. A little bit further up the hill, let them get some confidence in controlling the car and work their way up to the top of the hill so that we feel that they're confident and we're confident in their ability to run a full race. Then when we start the races, we just set it up as brackets. It all just works its way down. We do a double elimination races, so you have to lose twice to be eliminated. Works its way to pretty good to the fastest cars. This is an official Soapbox Derby car. It's a kit that can be purchased. It's got a plastic body and a wooden platform. We don't use the official Soapbox wheels, so we order these out of a catalog, just a tool catalog, because they're relatively inexpensive. These official cars have like a all-in-one mechanism. This is the steering and the brake all in one piece that goes through the platform of the car. The steering wheel is up in here. You can't really see it. The cables operate the front axle. This is more of a traditional Soapbox Derby car that they would have home built, that they would have designed similar to what they would have done in the 60s or 70s. Just a wooden platform, and built with wooden bulkheads and wooden sides. We did use sheet metal for the hood, but with a brake pedal and cable assembly. They can be built pretty inexpensively if you've got a little bit of clever. Anybody at home with a table saw or something like that, or even just a circular saw, could build one of these. And very little hardware. It's has just a rod axle that you can get at hardware stores. It's a 1/2-inch rod. Probably get into a couple $100. I believe the kit cars you can still buy brand new as well. They're in the neighborhood of $600 without the wheels. The official wheels, I believe, cost $350. That's why we use these. We buy these wheels and tires out of a tool catalog. We came up with that just to kind of keep everything on an even playing field. They're about $16 a piece. We have quite a variety of different types of cars that we see here. Actually, which I really enjoy, is a lot of the homemade cars. We have some that are entirely sheet metal, that a metal fabrication shop down the road made years ago, to ones that are really big boxes. But the kids all come down the hill in them and have fun, and that's what it's about. It's kind of an introduction to race and speed for the kids, you know, to possibly see if they want to go further in racing. Some of the faster cars that we've had around here get close to 30 miles an hour. With soapbox racing nationwide, most of the time they close down a street or a parking lot and they just set up a, they find a parking lot with a slight grade. This is one of the few in the country, if not one of the only. It's the only on the eastern seaboard, as far as I know right now, purposefully built soapbox derby tracks. It wasn't designed with any specs in mind. I think that the original people that built it used the hill that was here, and the townspeople got together and got it built in 1965. Prior to then, they raced on what's known as Churchill Hill, on a street down in the village here, and they held races there until they were able to build this track. It's been very popular in this town. Each race, it seems, more and more people come out to watch. I remember growing up, I played baseball, and the whole town came out for a Little League game, And it's not really the case anymore. You really just have the parents or grandparents of the kid involved. And when we got started, that was the case here as well. But over the last 4 or 5 years, it has grown, and we get more and more people coming to watch the race as races and not really having anything to do with the children that are racing. So it helps bring the community together by having something fantastic to come out and see. I do all the fundraising for the Derby so that we can supply all this racing fun for these kids at no cost. We have a lot of great companies locally that donate money to us every year to make this happen, to keep the racing free for the kids. And it's just fantastic. It's fantastic, the people and the money that they'll put up to give these kids something great to do for our community.